find balance and peace to live a more colorful life. And welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited because I'm doing another live reading session for you guys. And this is one that you can actually sign up for. So you guys can check it out. All you have to do is just type below if you want to sign up. And my partner, John, is here. You want to say hi, John? John's here to help you if you have any questions, if you want to know what number in line you are, if you want to know how to order, and it's $15. And I just have a couple of spots left. So, yeah, thank you for all of you guys who came into my DMs and emails asking me to do another session like this. It's been a little while. I'm not always able to do them because I am quite busy with, well, just life and like other readings and things like that. But, sometimes whenever I can, I do these live sessions. I like to go live for free, usually once a week, but sometimes I do them like this where you can pay and just ask one question. It's not usually planned though, so that's why you want to make sure that you subscribe and you ring that notification bell so you don't miss out when I go live. So we're going to get right into it here, but first I just want to say hi to everyone who's here. Thank you guys so much for all of your support lately on the new videos and the comments. I always love logging on here and seeing what you guys are up to and how the messages are relating to you. Thank you, all of you, for your support. So what's up, you guys? Great to hear from you today. Happy Sunday, wherever you're at in the world. So I'm going to go ahead and get started here with the first person. And the first person is Pedro. And Pedro wants to know if he's currently on the right path with his career. Like he wants to know, like, is this the right path for me to have like a really successful career that's fulfilling and supportive? So let's see what's going on with your career path, Pedro. Pedro's career path. Just give me a second to pull these cards, Pedro, and then we'll see what the tarot has to say. For Pedro. This is very interesting, Pedro. First of all, I'm getting this messages about there being a little bit of challenges right now in your career path. I do feel like your creativity is very heightened right now, and you are having a lot of visions about like what you want to have in your future. You're thinking a lot more about long-term goals, and that makes a lot of sense because we have a lot of planets right now that have just moved into Pisces, and we're going to be thinking a lot more about the long term. This is also an energy that's continuing forward from the last eclipse season that we had in November. The energy has really shifted. We're thinking once again a lot more about the long term. And so it really is an energy of building right now in your life. It's good that you're like asking this question and you're exploring this. This is exactly where you're supposed to be right now. Now, it is important that you clear things away that no longer serve you. There's something about letting go of a certain position. Like sometimes if you stay in a position that's too comfortable, let's say you're like working as a salesperson, maybe you see yourself being like a boss or a CEO of the company or moving up. Sometimes if you just stay in that position too long, it can become almost like your identity. You can kind of get stuck there. It can be hard to move up. It can be hard to see other possibilities for yourself. So as far as answering your question, are you on the right path? I'd say you're moving in the right direction, but it's almost like I see you on a fork in the road. And it's like you can make your choice about, what niche you really want to get into here. And so we do see like if financial security is really important to you, that's what you want to really bring in is like a lot of wealth. And I do feel like there have been some difficult situations for you in the past, maybe what happened recently, with the lockdowns and everything. But your guides are telling you that change is upon you now. Things are coming to a close, and we got the moon here twice. And so it's definitely time to make some type of vision board or to do some journaling or to do some writing to start focusing more on what it is you want to see for yourself in the future. And the Four of Wands is a sign of security as well. A lot of good energy coming your way. I'd say the biggest advice, though, that I see from these cards for you is that it might be time for some type of move. Something about a house or a home is coming up. This says detach home, yes. If you've been thinking about moving, maybe this is you transferring to like another branch from where you work, the company, or it could be something about maybe moving somewhere where you're going to be able to establish yourself better in your field or your industry. I'll give you an example. For instance, like you be an actor, but you live in the middle of a small town. Maybe you've been acting for the local theater, but it's time to move to the city or closer to LA or New York or London or somewhere like that where you're going to have more opportunities to get into that field. So ask yourself if where you're living, if the energy around you, the environment is supporting you. You can definitely bloom where you're planted. And I believe that there's a reason you are where you are right now. But if you have been thinking about moving, this says detach from your home. Yes. I also read this as getting outside more, like leaving your house, making connections, collaborating with other people, other artists. Let's get some more messages on like what direction you're walking in right now. Is that in alignment? Something about the textile arts. I don't know if you're thinking of having like a clothing brand or you want to like make some type of art or something with your hands and like sell it, or like you're some type of designer or something. It could even be like in the tech industry. But definitely you are a designer. I see that. Like you're very creative. You have a gift with designing. Might not even be clothes. It could just be this came up because you're really great at designing things. Very creative person. I see that with you. And so it does make a lot of sense that you need to choose a job or choose a field or choose an industry where you're going to be able to have that, where you're going to be able to be in more of a leadership position. That's why I gave the example earlier of just like working in sales for a really long time. I think you're on the right path, but I just get this vibe like it's time to for a new challenge. It's time for a new challenge. And this challenge could be about like, going somewhere where you're a smaller fish in a very big pond. Because right now I feel like you've outgrown the situation. That's the vibe I'm getting. You've outgrown it. And that's why we're getting the moon, because it's almost like your guides and angels are like, where do you want to go next? What kind of challenge do you want next? What's the next step for you? It's a huge level up energy. And there's signs that everything's going to go your way. Especially with the Eight of Wands. This is about receptivity and a lot of manifestations, a lot of energy coming in. So it does seem like, you're going to be having opportunities, these level up opportunities. Yes. So I hope that this resonates with you. You're definitely on the right path, but it's time for a level up or a challenge, take a risk, maybe a move, detach home, yes. I hope that this message resonates with you. Thank you so much for your support, and I will see you next time. Welcome, those of you guys, to my live chat. I'm so excited to be going live with you, answering questions today. I'm doing this for a small fee. So for $15, you can sign up and ask one question, and we'll just hang out for a little while here. There's only a couple people who've signed up so far, so there's definitely still spots left. And if you want to know what number in line you are, or you'd like to sign up for a reading, all you have to do is just type below in the comments here on the chat, and my partner is here to help you sign up for the reading. All right, so who's next? Okay, so Stephanie is next. All right, Stephanie. Okay. So Stephanie, what energy are you in? How are people viewing you? I love this question. This is going to be so much fun. We can definitely look into this with the tarot. So, for Stephanie, what energy are you in? How are people viewing you? Okay. Stephanie. I'm laughing and smiling because I feel really good energy around you, Stephanie. How are people viewing you? Oh, you have such a great energy. Just gonna pull a couple clarifiers and then we'll start reading the cards. Okay, so I've got what energy are you in? How are people viewing you? Okay, so the energy you're in, this is the world. So that's kind of why I was laughing because I got this big burst of energy when I was like pulling these cards and tapping into your vibe. I was like, wow, Stephanie, she's really going places. She's doing things. So this could be quite literal, like you have this really strong passion and desire to travel or to go out into the world or to go on adventures or to see places. Maybe you're not home very much these days, or that's kind of your plan. It could also be that you really want to get out in the world and make your mark. You could be thinking about maybe going off to college or to a master's program or to study something or to a new place of work or to a place where you can really establish yourself. Or this could even be creating like structure around like I kind of think about somebody who's creating a brand or starting a business or putting themselves out there, working on their hobbies, talents, interests. So this is definitely where your energy's at right now. We also see Nine of Pentacles. This is a lot of abundance. This could be quite literal. It could be money, like you're making a lot of money right now. It could be that you're bringing in a lot of abundance, working really hard. But this isn't always money. This is somebody where the universe does kind of seem to smile upon them. You know, you're very much in alignment. You're such a kind-hearted, empathetic person. And we also see just energy coming at you from left and right. Lots of abundance, lots of prosperity. We also see the energy that's around you right now is love. I thought first, I was kind of giggling when I saw this because I thought about somebody who's just in love with life. Like you really do have that, I think, almost Disney princess vibes with like little butterflies and birds following you everywhere. Maybe this is just your season. Maybe you just love spring and summer and this is just your time to shine. I don't know why I picture you like in really pretty spring dresses or just, you know, with your hair done. You just like feeling confident in yourself, but this is really like a glow up season for you. I feel like I'm pulling cards and like this time I'm the little window I'm peeking at in your life right now is like you bringing things back together, like a huge period of renewal in your life. And so this is the energy that you're in, and it's only going to get better. And I promise I'm not lying to you. Like, I've been seeing a lot of this for people lately, and that's why I'm having so much fun doing readings right now this time of year, because we have a lot of shifts going on with the planets and the astrology, but a lot of them are very beneficial shifts, especially with Jupiter. Jupiter's shifting right now, and there's a lot of good energy coming in with that. So we might be looking at the effect that all this is having on you, and also the effect of like your hard work, your healing process. You're on the other side. This is you wanting to go out in the world and like get a new opportunity. I get this card a lot for people who are applying for a new job, people who are trying to show the world like, hey, I have these things to offer. Sometimes I get this for someone who's starting like social media accounts so they can start offering their product or their service out in the world. I also get this card for people who are dating, who are putting themselves out there to go, you know, find a love match. And so we got the world, and then this card, it's like, who you are out there. We also see the energy that's around you is like you're being really faithful to structure in your life. Maybe you're getting really into your that girl morning routine or something, because that's the energy I'm seeing around you right now, is that, you know, you are in a routine, you're getting things going, you're being consistent, and it's paying off. So awesome. Now, how are people seeing you? People really see you as someone who's a really great communicator, someone who's a really good writer, somebody who's really smart and like figures out like puzzles or like who solves things. People could come to you to solve problems. Um, they definitely see you as like a connoisseur of ideas. Like you have a lot of bright ideas, and it's not like you just have these whimsical dreams. You actually know how to pull things off. So you could be a really good like event planner, organizer. You don't have to do something like that for your career, but I just feel like you have gifts with that. And so you come up with these ideas, but you're like, okay, I know exactly who to delegate what to, and I know how to like logically let's break this down so we can get it done. It's so you're type A. I don't know if you have Virgo in you, Capricorn, or what, but you could also be I do feel something about a water sign energy too, because you do seem to be someone who's very romantic way to live life. I love your mindset, your outlook. So yeah, I'm also seeing that people see you as somebody who's really fun to be with. Like, this is you rushing to people's sides if they need your help or support. You're always there for your friends when they need you. Very loyal friend. And they also see you as someone who's always down. You know that one friend that's always down, you call them up last minute and like you're like, let's go to this party or let's do this thing. Like you're the adventurous, spontaneous friend that people won't hesitate to invite places. It's probably why you're constantly getting opportunities. And maybe some of those opportunities left for a little while there with what happened in the world the last couple years. I hate talking about it. I just want to move forward, but we can't discount the effect that that had on us. And I just feel like this season right now, this spring and this time in the world in particular, it's like we're all kind of having a comeback from that. So yeah, people also see you as the Queen of Wands. Okay, this is someone who's, you know, very attractive, very stylish, very beautiful. Sometimes this is somebody who like works in the beauty industry or fashion industry, somebody who models or someone who sings, someone who like is on stage, kind of Leo energy. Definitely somebody who's very confident, knows what they want in life, don't hesitate to get it, but we're also nurturing. So you putting these two energies together, the Princess of Swords and the Queen of Wands, it's like they see you as like really smart, but also like really beautiful and confident. I don't know. I get the feeling that people in your around you in your life, they really love you. They look up to you. But we also see loss, truthful loss. It might be that because they're just saying, look, in truth, you're the full package, and it probably led to a lot of loss in your life. I look at this and I start thinking, man, you probably had lots of jealous haters. This type of person attracts that. I mean, you're such a sunshine person, and it wasn't your fault if you had any of that. Your guys are just telling you, yeah, you dealt with a lot of loss, but people do see you in a good way, and you're going to continue to attract beautiful things. Just be wary and be careful, have healthy boundaries, watch out for people who are narcissists or codependents or, you know, very energy vampires. You know, I see something coming up about that, but you know, I see good people coming in your life, lots of celebration coming up soon. Look, they're even saying yes, prosperity is coming. People view you as a very prosperous person. So wow, this was so cool. I mean, I wish I could, you know, like pull more. I try to get as much as I could in. I usually look into stuff like this in my like more in-depth readings, so check it out if you're ever interested. But I hope that gave you a little glimpse of where you're at right now. Energy is looking great. And yeah, I will see you next time. Thank you so much for your support. So I noticed some more people popped into the chat. I just wanted to say hi real quick. You guys can see I'm deep in it. I'm doing live mini readings. I usually go live for free once a week, but this week I had some people requesting if I could do some mini readings, and so I figured, let's do this. You know, I'm only able to do this every once in a while, so make sure that you subscribe and you ring that notification bell so you don't miss out. And if you need any help, like you want to purchase one of these readings right now, and we do a little live reading for you, if you need anything or you want to know what number in line you are, just type below and my partner is here to help you in the chat. All right. So who's next? Oh yeah, yeah. I saw that. So Trita is next. Okay. So she's thinking maybe she'll be offered a new position in August. Okay. All right, so Trita, you're wondering, should you continue with the company that you're with? You're kind of having this feeling like maybe you'll get a promotion in August. You're hoping on that. So you're hoping if that happens and that goes through, maybe it's contingent on that. You're like, should I stay with them? Will I be successful on that path? Or is there other opportunities out there for you? So I love the tarot for this because you can definitely look and see, what does one path look like versus the other path. But ultimately, I always remind people that what I see in the tarot a lot is that usually, a lot of times these answers come back pretty neutral. And it always is just like, what is going to bring you fulfillment? What path feels right to you? Because whatever you choose, the universe is going to bless it. Whatever path you choose, the universe is going to bless it. There's really no such thing technically as a right choice or a wrong choice. There's just action and consequence. There's just the energy you put out and what comes back. And so, you're usually protected to make whatever choice feels best, but sometimes it's kind of hard to see and, pros and cons. I love tarot for that. This is the Queen of Wands that's coming out before we even get into it. We saw this for the first time we were just reading for. But yes, the Queen of Wands, I think this represents you right now. You are very, very creative person, very enterprising. Like you're definitely meant to be like on some type of career path. I feel like you do love being out in the world and engaging with others and being a leader. But I also feel like it's important that you kind of have your own thing going on. I think you'd be a great fit for somebody who would have their own brand or their own business or maybe some type of product or service that you offer or sell. And look, not everybody's meant to be an entrepreneur, but you kind of are because you're the Queen of Wands. And I feel like the energy might already be leading to other opportunities out there for you. I'm kind of feeling that. So let's start there. Other opportunities out there for you. Other opportunities out there for you. You've got the star energy behind you. That's a sign. Yeah, your time with this company and this job will come to a close. I'm not sure if it's right now, so we'll look into that. But there are signs that in your future you are going to have an opportunity to like be well known. The star is a sign of fame. I don't think this is like Beyonce fame or anything, but it's like you might build a business. People know the name of your brand or your company or your name. It could be that you're offering one of your gifts or talents up for a new creative path or something. I definitely see a different path for you and like you kind of rising up and receiving like recognition and acclaim. And I see celebration too, like a really happy and fulfilled period in your life emotionally. This is like a big opportunity. I also think of the Ace of Cups as someone offering like their biggest gift to the world. And I have a feeling that since you're the Queen of Wands, you're somebody who's really multifaceted and multi-creative. So it might not be like you just have this one purpose or like this one big gift. It might be a combination of a couple different things. It might be like one of your gifts is your bread and butter and brings in the income, and another gift is how you connect with others and you express yourself, I feel like you just need the freedom and the time to explore yourself creatively more. So finding some type of job or day job that supports you in that way and working with your daily routine to include more of that in your life is going to be super important right now. And look, you have a couple months till August. Use this time to be exploring yourself a little bit more creatively, thinking more like, what do I have to offer? Because, money flows where your energy and passion goes. Whatever you're the most energetic about, passionate about, money will find you there. And so I do feel something about you being a self-starter. Do you feel something about you offering something and we're also getting signs of like a lot of support in your family. If you're currently single, this is a message like you're gonna get marriage, children, like things are gonna come together for that. Or this could just be a sign like if you already have a family, so much support coming for you guys based off this new career path. Um, this could be a good sign if you're dating somebody. I just feel like this is like the next phase or the next season of your life. And currently, it is being recommended that you have a little bit of a hermit period to kind of pull back and go within and think about things or think about the long term. Think about your life so far. It's about what do you really what do you really want to experience in this life and to start building towards that. And those are some big questions, but maybe it's been a while since you've asked yourself those questions. So your guides are definitely recommending that. Let's pull some more cards. Let's get some more clarity. Yeah, they really want you to think more about fulfillment. And then here's a structure card coming up again. It's about creating that time for yourself, weekends or your times off work, to be able to explore and experiment a little bit. We also see that there has been some trauma in the workplace for you. Like if you had it your way, you would totally quit. I do see there's fulfillment for you in this job, and there's a lot you've learned, and there's relationships you cherish too. But I also feel like if you won the lottery, you would probably quit. And that's a question I would ask yourself too, is if I was a multimillionaire, everything was taken care of, what would I do with my life? What would I do with my time? And here's the thing, everybody's going to travel, and you're probably going to lay on the beach and drink Mai Tais, buy a bunch of stuff and get some real estate and like do all those things, you know? But eventually that settles down, you get used to this new lifestyle and you get kind of bored. So even people who are ridiculously rich, they have hobbies, they have things they do, they golf. Some of them are teachers, some of them are writers, and sometimes it's the money, obviously, that makes a difference, that supports people to be able to do those goals. But I'll tell you, I've worked with people who are extremely wealthy, who have no, quote unquote, no excuses, and it's still hard for them to launch the thing or to write the book or to take those dance lessons to become the dancer or whatever. And so the money's not the obstacle. And for some reason, I feel like giving you this message today because you are worried, like, you know, that you're limited or it's too late to start over or get on a new path. But I'm actually seeing these messages that, you know, there's a big change actually coming for you in your career. And it is time to start thinking more about your purpose and living your life with a sense of purpose. And I personally think that purpose is something that you define for yourself. You get to choose that. You get to create that. It can shift and change and mold as you go along. You know, if you're not one of those people that feels like you're born with a purpose, that's okay. We all experience life in a different way. Maybe you're someone who just gets to choose that or create that for yourself. And you don't have to cure cancer or anything. Just doing what makes you happy is going to make a big difference on this planet. So your guides are telling you to kind of go back to the past, nostalgia. Think about what things you loved to do as a child. What are some of the most nostalgic, fun memories from your life? Maybe there's a lot of trauma memories. When I look back, woo, lots of trauma memories. But there are some good things. Some things I remember about myself, my life, that kind of are little hints to what brings you that joy. And check out my latest pick a card reading. It's called Ways to Fall Back in Love with Life. It is a little bit of a personality reading because we're looking into what brings you joy. Where do you find, you know, where do you feel the most alive? So check that out. But yeah, look back at your past. It's also saying that connecting with the sense of adventure in your life right now could bring some insight to you. So whether that's the adventure of going to a new place or taking on a new hobby or spending more time in nature or just being more spontaneous, trying new things, that might get your mind thinking a little differently, help you be more open to this. So if you don't know what career path you want to go on next, maybe you're not supposed to, but you can kind of be looking for inspiration, be open right now, and live in the moment, enjoying the moment. Yeah, looking for that spark. The job that you have currently, the position in August, judgment. For you, this is going to be like a really big do or die moment, because you're like, if I don't get that promotion, then what's the point, you know? So we see that. But this is the Nine of Cups. This is money. This is abundance. This is wealth. I think it's possible you'll get the promotion. Possible. Can't say for certain, but it looks good. In the cards, at least. Um, this is like this is about building for your future. Building. So that's what this is about. You know, maybe stay with your job a little bit. Take it day by day. Be working towards your vision. Once you have the bigger vision for your life, you know what you want, you'll see where this job fits into the scope of that. Maybe it does support you and you just need to work on nights and weekends, your routine to build towards the bigger dream. Or maybe there's another job that would be more suited for your schedule, kind of help you focus more on that, your time outside of work. So yeah, big changes coming, I think, on this path for you. This is the Emperor. This is like getting serious, getting organized, making big changes in your life. But start slowly, go easy on yourself, and I see great things coming for you in your future. So I hope that resonates with you. Thank you so much for coming to my channel, hanging out with me. Stay tuned. I've got new stuff coming very soon, you guys. I've been feeling really creative lately, so it's all coming to you guys on the channel soon. So what's up? I see I have some more people in the chat. I'm doing live readings, mini readings for $15. I still have some spots left. So all you have to do is just type below in the comments here on the chat, and my partner is here to like answer your questions, help you sign up if you want to sign up and get a reading right now. And also to help you know what number in line you are. So if you need anything, we got that support, and we're gonna move forward. Hope you guys are all having a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Okay, so next is spring flowers. Whoa. Okay, so this is so cool. I've done readings for you before, spring flowers, and you literally just wrote that because of some of the readings we did, we saw in the cards that you were going to get a big raise, that there was a lot of abundance coming to you, and so you're sharing now that it's come through. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy for you. You got a 10% raise at your job, which is like the biggest in your whole career. I mean, yeah, that's a lot. That's crazy. That's amazing. So you're just thinking about investing some of this money in things that you love, but besides that, you are just wondering what can you do to feel more fulfilled in your life and also in your career. And it's so funny. So many people seem to be asking that lately about fulfillment and feeling happier and just like wanting to feel better. I can definitely pull cards for you about that, but anybody who's watching right now, and even you who I'm doing this reading for, Spring Flowers, check out the reading I just posted. It's right below this. It's called How to Fall Back in Love with Life. And it's going to have a lot of tips and stuff. It's a pick a card reading for that. It's going to help give you a lot of tips for how to, feel more fulfilled. Okay. Well, stuff is coming up about the money for sure. Your guides are really trying to point out to you how you manifested this, how you called in this abundance and this wealth into your life. And they're also showing me how hard you worked. Like you worked your ass off to get this raise. And however, though, the work-life balance has been really tough. It's probably why you're asking me, how can I find more fulfillment in my life and at work? I do see, like, it's kind of hard to say because your workplace has been so generous with you, but, you did something to deserve this raise, and I think you're worthy of it. You didn't need to do anything, but, like, in their eyes, and, they really wanted to reward you and bless you, and I feel like it's because you've really been living at your job lately and it's so fulfilling for you. I see that. And you're really trying to build wealth, and it's here, and there's all this abundance, and you can really support yourself. But the conflict is what's the point of having all this wealth and abundance if I don't have the time to enjoy it? If all I can do is just buy stuff and I barely get to engage with it or use it or appreciate it. So I see the conflict. I see the conflict. So what can you do? What can you do? Let's get some cards for you. What can you do to live a more balanced life, to feel more fulfillment in your career? Mm. Whoa. Okay, so the first impression I got was just like first piece of advice was like, um, man, I'm just kind of tripping out over this message over here because I got a love message for you, even though you didn't ask about love, but I feel like for some reason it's related. So we'll get there in a second. But first of all, I got the feeling like you needed something to do outside of your house because you're at work so much, and obviously you want to come home and like you probably don't want to be around people, you don't want to do anything, or even if you work from home, you just like that space and the comfort and the silence. Like I do just feel like you love being in your home. It's like your nest, hermit vibes. And I'm getting this energy like you need to do something fun for yourself outside of the home. So this could be some type of hobby or activity, or like a class you go to once a week. Maybe you go to yoga class twice a week, or maybe you're doing pottery once a week, or perhaps you're going to some type of like club or group, or you just go to girls' night every week or something. I just feel like there needs to be something where you're, really engaging with something that you love and you're doing it outside of the home. And I don't know, I just got this vibe like you have all this abundance and support. Like you could get gear for something. You could get really into some of those hobbies or sports that are you always want to just maybe you always wanted to try, but you're like, man, I don't have the gear. Well, you got some money now. So, and the thing is, we're talking about time. You're going to have to make that time. You're going to have to make that a priority and also live your life in a way that's really balanced so that you have the energy to do those things nights and weekends or whenever you're off work. So, this might also mean like you get yourself on more of a hardcore routine instead of just rolling out of bed. Go to bed a little early, wake up early, exercise, stretch, eat your healthy food, do your that girl morning routine. You know what I'm talking about? Maybe it doesn't look aesthetic, but it's you really trying to make sure you're being healthy. Take breaks from your computer, stretch, water, get that nature in. Really focus on your health right now, because when you focus on your health, you get more energy and you're able to do the things you love, and even despite a busy job. So sometimes we feel like I'm so exhausted, I don't have any energy, but it's because of all the stress at work. We're eating the junk food, we're going to bed at 3 a.m., we're just Netflix, we're just infinite scrolling, our energy and chakras are all off balance, like we're anemic or something, dehydrated. And so, I really want you to see how you do have time to do these things, but you need to maybe work on the health a little bit. And I just got a vision of you, I don't know, with some type of gear. I saw you in a swimming pool. I saw you with a nice swimsuit and like goggles, and maybe you were swimming laps, or to me, it did feel almost like an independent type of hobby or sport where you can be alone, but you can also be with others if you want. It's like almost like the introvert's perfect way to get out and leave the house kind of deal. That's just what I was seeing for you. I'm also seeing something about how you're going to be reunited with a lover or love, maybe, and they just want you to breathe because you've been anxious about this. Maybe this person has been trying to come back, or they messaged you, or I don't, this could even just be connecting with someone from a past life. Like all of a sudden a beautiful soulmate comes in your life and they're so familiar and it's so exciting. But I do get the feeling like you're asking, how can I be more fulfilled? And you're going to be working on creating more of a sense of fulfillment. And in that process, you're going to attract love. That's how you attract love. You just try to live the most fulfilling life you possibly can that's authentic. And, your aura and your energy is going to be shining and very magnetic. So they're saying you're attracting love. It could even be somebody coming back from the past. I don't know about that. But they're saying you can trust it, trust your heart. Heart knows what the heart wants, right? And your guides are also telling you to innovate. Yeah, do things you never done before. It's about generating different results and possibilities for yourself. Because if you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always got, right? Sometimes you got to try new things. So your guides might even be saying that, look, this money, this support, this abundance, a lot of it might be so you can shake some things up. So you can connect with your inner child. So you can create more fulfillment. You can invest in things that you love. Truthful, together. Lots of love messages. If you want to hit me up for a love reading later, you can. I've also got a ton on my channel, but also maybe just kind of hang on and enjoy the ride, because something, big shift coming into the love life for sure. Open your heart and mind to those around you. Trustworthy and heartfelt advice, charity work. Yeah. This could also be like investing in self-care. Like for me, like I love to get like my hair done or my eyebrows done, or even to hire like a coach or a mentor, or to hire like a teacher or a tutor, like a vocal coach, something like that. That's the kind of stuff I'm seeing you maybe doing. I also see something about replacing things, replacing items in your home. Obviously, I'm a little biased because I really believe in purchasing things that are higher quality and hanging on to them for longer. But sometimes we have those things, the fast fashion in our closets, or items we've been hanging on to forever that have holes or whatever. Find a way to repurpose or donate. Time to clean things out. I see that energy for you. All this abundance and support is coming in to help you get a fresh start. And your guides are saying you can follow your dreams. Take a leap of faith. You know, use this to invest in yourself, invest in your dreams, innovate for sure. I hope that this message resonates with you. Thank you so much for your support. And we're going to move on to the next person. All right. So who's next? Yeah. Anna is next. All right, so Anna is next. What's up, Anna? If you're here in the chat right now. All right, so what's the question? Oh, hi, Anna. Okay. Okay, so you need some help with like your passions and figuring out what you can do for money. Like basically, which one of your passions is going to help you make some money. So we can look into the cards and do this. I have a reading I offer on my website called Talents and Gifts Reading. And it's like a 45-minute reading, and we get really into this because it can take some time to look into like the complexity of the possibility of your talents and gifts. But I will just pull a couple cards right now, maybe give you a sneak peek of that and see if I can help point you in the right direction. So let's see what's going on here for you, Anna. Money, passions. Oh my gosh, this is a really good one. Okay, some strange cards are coming out, okay? It just made me think of something. This is the Three of Swords, like the jealousy card. This might be you kind of looking at other people out there in the world and just being like, damn, like I really wish I could have that job, or I could do what they're doing. Maybe just feeling really overwhelmed, not knowing where to start. I remember myself being at that point when I was like a little younger, and I was scrolling on Instagram and seeing all these girls that were like travel vloggers and all this stuff. And I just thought, man, like, it's not fair. Why can't I do that? And meanwhile, I was working just kind of a customer service type of job, and I was just trying to figure it out, you know. And fast forward years later, you can watch my channel. You can hear more about my story. Obviously, I'm doing much better, but I remember being in that point, and this could be where you're at, just thinking, you know, maybe you're seeing people on social media. And by the way, social media is not real life, but you're seeing these opportunities people have and these career paths and highlights from people's moments. And you're just kind of wishing, maybe, you know, I would love to do something like that. So that's where I tell you to start. Ask yourself realistically, very private thing, but maybe ask yourself, who do you envy? Who are you jealous of? Who do you resent a little bit? Who do you wish that you really had their life or their lifestyle or their career or their job? And, you know, you want to start with inspiration, because a lot of times when we're like jealous of somebody, it's actually because we're secretly kind of inspired and we wish we could do that. But for some reason, we invented all these excuses like, oh, well, they came from this situation, or it's because they look like this, or because they have this and that I don't. And it's not true. These opportunities are available for so many of us. Everybody's path is going to be different. And of course, there's things like privilege and horrible things like that exist on our planet that can make it maybe more difficult for one person than the other to get a certain type of lifestyle or aspiration or career path. But the point is, it's important to allow yourself to take this opportunity to recognize, okay, that for some reason that person or that career path, that's provoking a reaction from me. Like, I want that. Like, so don't be afraid to admit what you want. This is the King of Pentacles. He's like the money man. I think it's funny that he came out in the cards for you. I think this is a message about how, like, for you, it's more about the lifestyle that you want to create, because the King of Pentacles is somebody who works really hard, and they're like, they are enterprising, and they've built this business for themselves, or they've worked in one line of work a really long time and they've saved their money, but they've like built themselves a nice house. They like nature. They've got all the chickens around and the dogs and the cats and the kids, and they have lots of comfort, luxury, nice things, you know. So the King of Pentacles, I think, is coming out because you're not somebody who really wants your life to be work. You want it to just kind of blend in. So I recommend for you some type of job where maybe you can work from home, or something that's really artistic, or something that's very social, where the people you work with are like friends, like something like that. But we see you have a lot of gifts here. You are a performance artist, so you're someone who's really gifted at expressing your emotions and your feelings. And so anything where you're using your voice or your body is going to be very good for you, like maybe theater, singing, dance, even influencing YouTube, TikTok, that kind of stuff you could be good at too, because there's a performance element to that. You're like in front of the camera, or you're taking pictures, things like that. And we also see that you're a visual artist. So you are just a great artist, you know, and there's so many different things on here you could be good at, like ceramics or filmmaking or makeup or comics or graffiti or landscape art or interior design, photography. I'd say trust yourself when it comes to that. I'm seeing something about you having gifts with like being in front of the camera. I sense a strong Leo energy coming from you, like especially with this performance arts card coming up about being like on stage or like acting, or maybe even the influencing. I see that, kind of feeling that for you. But I think it's important right now for you to taste life, to try things, get your hands on as many different art tools as you can, taking different classes to find out what makes you tick, because it might not be one thing that makes you money over the other. I said earlier in an earlier reading, money flows where your energy and passion goes. So you're not going to know what you're most passionate about until you give yourself those opportunities to try. I will say that one thing you can do right now is start some form of social media around a passion of yours and get that going. Because eventually, if you want to turn a talent into a career, you're probably going to be offering people one of two things. You're going to be offering probably either a service or a product related to that passion. So if you're making money, usually it's a service or a product, sometimes both, sometimes multiple different ones. So you have to start thinking like, what type of service or what type of product can I develop based off this gift I have? So if you don't even know what the gift is yet, explore. Explore different things. I will point you in the direction of visual arts, maybe working with your hands. Like I said, something about the being in front of the camera, the acting, performance arts could be a good step for you, maybe to join the theater group or like singing group or something, lessons, something like that, just to kind of get you opening up that throat chakra, speaking, singing, dancing, moving your body. That will help you spark things. It's funny, these are my talents talents and gift cards, because one day when I was painting, I had the idea to start my YouTube channel and start Rainbow Harmony. And so I was doing something creative and kind of messing around that kind of led me to something else. So sometimes one creative project leads to the next one. Bring that creativity into your life. I hope that this helps point you in the right direction. Thank you so much for your support. All right, so we're going to do just a couple more before I take my first break. So this is for Anne. Okay, so Anne, why is your relationship feeling strained at the moment? Let's see what's going on. I'm sorry to hear that your relationship's feeling a little bit strained. Let's see what's going on. It's funny, the first card we get is the Two of Hearts or the Two of Cups. This is the love card, the relationship card, the union card. I take this as a sign that, like, they know what we're talking about. We're talking about love right now. We're talking to Anne. They want you to feel peace. Your angels and guides, they see your situation. They want you to feel more at peace. They know what you want. But here's the Five of Wands. Conflicts. Definitely being acknowledged that there's been some conflicts lately, some tension in the relationship. Why? I wonder if you guys are married, because I do feel like it's a time in the relationship either for like your partner to like step up, or I don't know. To me, it feels like one of those milestone moments in a relationship where you're thinking more about the future. You're thinking a little bit more long term. And I mentioned this to a couple other people I read today, but I like to follow astrology a little bit, just to kind of keep in touch with different energy cycles and seasons. It's helpful when I'm just looking into energies all the time with the cards. But we had eclipse season in November, which really helps us focus a lot more on long-term events. And now we have 5 planets that are moving into Pisces that are very like, it's very dreamy, nostalgic. What do you want in your life? What's really important to you? Energy. It's also a romantic kind of vibe. So sometimes this energy, I don't want to freak you out, but it can lead to breakups. It can lead to couples talking more seriously about the future. It can lead to people starting to think more about like, what do I really want here? So it could be maybe your partner's a little distant because they're thinking more about that. Maybe you're distant because you're thinking more about that too. Like, where are we going? What's up? Now, if you're thinking like that every day in your relationship, it's just going to bring anxiety. Sometimes you just got to take it one day at a time and be there, be present with your partner. But there are times where you start looking around and realizing, okay, this behavior needs to change, or we're stuck in a rut, or it's time to, what are we doing here? Maybe your intentions and what you've wanted in the relationships change. Maybe it's important for you that you have a greater commitment from them. Maybe you really want to get married or engaged. Maybe they want more commitment, or, maybe it's time to think, should we, move in, or, what's the next step for us? So I just get like, that's what's going on. But I won't lie, I see the Death card here. So I don't know if I'm predicting a breakup. I hope I'm not. But I'm one of those tarot readers that tells you the truth. I don't sugarcoat. Like, if I have a gut feeling, like, I don't know if this is going to work out, I'll tell you. And I feel like I'm seeing that. I'm seeing the potential of this leading to maybe you guys realizing this isn't going to work long term. But I wouldn't say it's doomed, because I see the death card can sometimes also be a sign of rebirth and renewal. And so I just have this feeling like either you guys are going to like really do this, you're going to lock it down, you're going to get married, or you're going to like really commit, or you're going to break up. And I don't know how long it'll take for you guys to like figure that out, but it feels like you're both at that crossroads right now. It's kind of just like this unspoken thing, an energy shift. The next month will be like this for you guys. I see it getting a little better though. You guys can always make different choices and decisions that affect the outcome in the future, but I got something about this. It's like you guys needing a couple weeks to like think things through. But your guides are telling you to pick your battles with your partner. If it feels like you guys are walking on eggshells around each other or at each other's throat, there's a lot of fights coming up, it's probably because you're both just feeling a little bit insecure about the relationship and also insecure about the future. And your guides are reminding you, like, your high priestess energy, your feminine nurturing energy. It's not your job to wear a mask or be fake or pretend that you're happy and trying to be all perfect so they don't dump you or whatever. Be yourself. Be honest with them. Speak your truth, but pick your battles, is what your guides are saying. Let's see if we can get any more messages about you guys. Release your ex. Hopefully this isn't like they're your ex. Release them. I don't know. But it could also be about maybe you're afraid what's going to happen here. Maybe I'm picking up on your fear a little bit in this reading about what, maybe losing them. Oh my God, like your guys could be telling you, look, maybe your ex abandoned you, rejected you, caused this wound, and you're all freaking out now thinking that, that your partner doesn't want you anymore. Some of this could be in your head, to be honest. I do feel like you guys are both kind of at a reckoning point in this relationship, but I do sense your partner really cares about you and they're still very attracted to you. Your guides don't want you to go off getting all low on your self-esteem, thinking you did something to mess this up. It might be that a certain honeymoon period is over in this relationship and now you guys are kind of getting into it. You have, kind of ups and downs in relationships. Sometimes are those times where you're just chilling and living and enjoying each other's company, and then sometimes you go through changes and you work things out and, it's a ride, right? How does your partner feel about you? They're feeling confident about their commitment with you. They still want to explore the connection. But there is some intense emotional energy that they're feeling, and like they need time alone to process. They want to pull back a little bit, process stuff. It could also be just personal stuff. I mean, we're all going through so much personal growth right now. So I'd say give your partner a little bit of space. I mean, let them know that you care, be yourself, pick your battles like we talked about. But I have a feeling give it a couple weeks and you guys will shift out of this little funk. Okay, but yeah, it's definitely time for you guys kind of both think about where this is going. I think naturally you guys will be able to figure that out and communicate it with each other. Just give it a little bit of time. So I hope that this message resonates with you. Thank you so much. That was a different flavor for our readings today. I always love hearing your questions, hearing what you guys are up to. And I always want you guys to know that there's nothing that's off limits here. That, really, I've heard it all, I've seen it all, I've been through it all. So ask whatever question you feel like is going to help you, have the most clarity or just make you feel the best or you'd enjoy the most. So I think I'm going to do one more and then I'm going to take a little break. So who's the next person? I gotta get adjusted here. I wish I could just sit here and do readings all day, but sometimes I have to go stretch and yeah. Okay, yeah, I just did that.
Um,
Okay.
also just express and share your authentic self naturally.
Oh, that's so sweet. So, Ella? Okay, so Ella, you're asking how can you best share your authentic self and truth with others in the world? And that is such a beautiful question that I will attempt to answer. But I know the cards will have some lovely things to say. Okay, so Ella, for you, first of all, your this your guides want to point out this perspective to you that you are already fulfilling your purpose and giving that beautiful energy out just by being here on this planet and being who you are. I love how it's illustrated through this breath card or through this breathe card, because if you think about it, just by being here and by breathing out, you're giving healing life support to the planets and participating and being part of the ecosystem and nature. So sometimes maybe you can think of it as just being here is enough. That's where that's how I really understand the whole concept of like you're worthy and you're enough. Like when I break it down logically, that's where my mind kind of goes, that like you're here in this world, you belong here, you deserve to take up space, and you know you're giving and you're blessing this life in this world just by being being here, being in this body, being in this meat suit, you know. And so your guides want you to know, like, you don't have to like fulfill some grand scheme or amount to anything crazy in order to live a life that's blessed or prosperous or one where you feel good or aligned. So you really, if you feel drawn to help other people, to guide other people, to do something great in this world, I do think you need to trust that though, because some people are born with that sense that I'm meant to do something really great. So go after that, follow that, pursue that, figure out what that is or what, you know, what's making you tick there. But if I can point you in the right direction, I only have a couple minutes, and this is such a deep, profoundly deep concept. But I do see your guides are talking something about speaking, how speaking does make you feel fulfilled, how it's worthwhile for you to pursue anything where you can speak, anything where you can use your voice. And so it doesn't necessarily have to be speaking, although if you've always viewed yourself as like teaching or lecturing or being on a stage or like giving a TED talk or maybe having social media where you're speaking through or maybe writing, even singing, anything that uses your voice, your words, that will be good for you. There's also something about loss. Like maybe you lost your connection with this path for a while, and your guides want you to come up with like a strategy for how you can put this back in your life. Kind of reminds me of journaling. I used to journal all the time as a kid, and as I became an adult, I kind of stopped for like a little bit, and I had to remember, oh my god, I used to love journaling. I need to get back into this. It's helped me so much. It's provided so much stability for me. It's a huge way I express myself. So is there anything for you you feel like you lost touch with? Maybe speaking is one of those things. So next we also see that you are somebody who's going to be pulling in a lot of prosperity in your life, and like I also see you as a generous person to gift others. Just that symbol of breath, maybe that's part of your essence, is that you're a giver, you're a sharer, maybe extrovert energy that's going outward. This is in the tarot, I would describe this as like wands energy. I wonder if we'll get some wands today for you. Up wands, there we go, four of wands, like I just said. This is like an outward energy. This is somebody who wants to give and establish and grow. And yeah, maybe you are one of those people that got the big dreams, big ideas, wants to be on stage, something like that. So your guides are telling you to follow this path. Um, Couple more messages for you, just like while we're here. Reliable work desire. So maybe you're looking for reliable work right now. Maybe you're looking for a full time job or you're looking for consistent income. I think your guides right now are definitely pointing you in that direction. Maybe we can't get messages today for like what exactly can you do that will make your life the most fulfilled. Maybe it's not just one thing, but they're telling you to focus on what's in front of you. And it might be getting this reliable work, setting the intention for that. And then they're saying something of maybe you're getting reliable work because you're bringing in a lot of abundance and prosperity because you're about to travel, adventure, advancement, travel. Maybe this means something special to you. Perhaps you're going to be doing a little bit of traveling over the summer, or this is one of your goals. Maybe you're one of those van life people. I don't know. But I do kind of get this vibe like, you're going to be getting reliable work or like a better reliable work position. There's money going to be coming in, lots of prosperity, savings. Maybe you've already been growing this. Maybe you've already booked a ticket. But whatever this is, your guys are saying walk in this path. Something about travel really important for you. I'm biased because I travel. I'm a traveler. Oh my gosh. So, but I don't know. I feel something around this energy for you. So, yeah, I hope that resonates. Thank you so much for your support and for coming to my channel. And I will see you next time. So, you guys, I want to welcome anybody who's new to the chat. Thank you so much for hanging out, for clicking into this. I'm actually going to be taking like a 8 to 10 minute break real quick just so I can stretch and drink some water, ground my energy because I want to make sure I'm fresh for everybody that I'm doing readings for. There's a couple spots left, so if you want to sign up over the break, that's fine. And just make sure that you click into part 2 of this reading session. So I'll see you guys in like 8 to 10 minutes, okay? Click on part 2 and we'll continue on with this session.